Badlands was a Minecraft Bedrock anarchy server that lasted for over 2 years before it finally lost all of its player base. This is the final video in the entire history of Badlands. There will be some repeated information and clips from the previous history video, mostly because you can't join the realm or the server right now. The server is just completely down. There's on screen right here, it's just dead, you can't join it. But the realm is actually joinable when it updates to the next Minecraft Bedrock update. It said it's going to take about 48 hours, and it's pending for the update right now. But once it has updated, you'll be able to join the realm again, but you'll only be a visitor inside of the realm, which means that you can't actually edit anything or really do anything in general. It kind of acts as a world download, so you can go and see all of the different builds that have happened on Badlands. Continuing onwards, I also correct the many mistakes I made in my previous history video. There were quite a few now that I'm looking back on it. But without further ado, let's begin. We start in the beginning, back in August of 2019. The 17th to be exact, is when the realm was created by none other than JX Vanny. Sometime between when I first joined and August 17th, JX Vanny built the spawn city of Arcadia, which was later completely obliterated by an unknown user. The ruins can still be seen today if you went to them. It had a massive tree in the center with multiple large buildings circling it. Much later, on October 10th of 2019, me and Novafish first joined the realm. After escaping the withers at spawn, which wasn't actually that bad, we went to a nearby village and made a bunker inside of a mountain. We hunkered down there for a few days to get some armor in order to survive the anarchy that was coming. On October 12th of 2019, I visited spawn and made my first Badlands video. I went to see the largest lava cast on the realm made by Special Snowflake 7 and placed a sign on his wall. On October 13th of 2019, the Architects, Team Veteran, and the Republic of Badlands were all founded, followed by the creation of Stone Melon Outpost by Big Moist. This was recognized as the second spawn city. Surrounding a large main common house were many other player buildings, and JX Vanny himself built a large treehouse inside of it. Fish Sniper N7, which is me, JX Vanny, and Big Moist went to the end for the first time via a hacked end portal in the Stone Melon, and we defeated the Ender Dragon with 32k items, getting the original Dragon Egg. This marks the first time 32k items were ever used on the realm, as well as the first major signs of hacking. October 14th marks the beginning of the downfall of Stone Melon. The URB bunker, which is the United Republic of Badlands, was damaged, the Architect's base was damaged, and the completely peaceful sunflower field was demolished, all by users unknown at the time. A tribute to the sunflower field was created in Stone Melon. On October 15th, the URB bunker was completely griefed, leaving nothing but a hole in a mountain. There was minor damage to the Team Veteran house, and the sunflower field tribute was destroyed. At the time, we suspected that Scripted Games and a few of his friends had griefed the area, but it was exactly the opposite. Later in the day, on an unrelated note, the Nether Highway created by Jacksepticeye was griefed, and almost every single Nether portal glitched to have its portal tiles turned sideways. Later, we would find out that the glitched portal tiles were simply from a hacking client called Horion, and that portal tiles were being spawned in with it. A few players stayed behind in Stone Melon, including DRXK Phoenix and Voiced Boar 32972, and they tried to defend Stone Melon against the coming griefers, and actually did succeed for a short time, but not without Stone Melon taking irreparable damage. In the end, the URB was disbanded after everyone accused its founder, Scripted Games, of griefing Stone Melon, which later we would find out that it was not him who did so. The Stone Melon Civil War begins today. October 16th was the end of Stone Melon's golden age. It was destroyed by an all-out civil war between the residents of Stone Melon and Big Moist's faction, the Balmora. We all believe that at the time, DRXK Phoenix and Scripted Games were responsible for the grief of Stone Melon, But it was later revealed to be none other than the founder of Stone Melon, DeBigMoist himself. Him and his faction had gotten bored of the so far peaceful realm and wanted to see some action, so they started the Civil War and pinned everything on DRXK Unscripted. Later, I interviewed him, and he revealed all of this information and more. On October 17th, DeBigMoist created another small spawn town called Phantom Brick Outpost, after Stone Melon was completely griefed. A very little known fact about this outpost is that DeBigMoist & Co. decided to build it not out of generosity, but because people would actually pay him tribute, and they would both take and use that tribute to create the Black Palace. A griefer only known as Jack, and not Jacksepticeye, destroyed Phantom Brick overnight, and DeBigMoist created the first massive lava-cast spawn wall, which we later found out was built to protect the Black Palace. The Nether Highway is completely obliterated, and Stone Melon is actually just a crater in the ground at this point. Also, while reviewing some old footage, I actually noticed that I typed in chat the Black Palace had been griefed, meaning it was built much longer ago, and also that I'd been there and taken the tour, which I didn't record. Go me, really smart. So either on this day or previously, the Black Palace was at least partially griefed. In fact, in the interview with DeBigMoist, which I rewatched before writing the script for this, he told me that war broke out at the Black Palace, and everyone was using 32k items. On a completely unrelated note, Gully Falls, JX Vanny and his admin's base is created today. On October 18th, Gully Falls was destroyed by the griefer Ali G. It also might have been an early strike of either Nicholas or Passive, but I can't confirm that. After it was initially attacked and JX Vanny fended off the griefer, we both agreed it would be better to destroy Gully Falls ourselves than let the griefers have the satisfaction of doing so. So, with the coordinates going public soon, me and JX Vanny destroyed Gully Falls. The day after Gully Falls is destroyed, which is October 19th, JX Vanny creates Gully Falls 2. We build faction bases and lots of player homes inside. On October 20th, more faction bases are created in Gully Falls 2, and JX starts repairing the Nether Highway with a few others after it was griefed by Ali G and maybe Nicholas. On October 21st, Gully Falls 2 is attacked overnight once more. He gained the coordinates of it before JX Vanny could kill him, and it was compromised. JX Vanny and I did the same thing we had to do for the first Gully Falls, and we destroyed it before the griefer could. Everyone, and I mean everyone, the new players, old players, and everyone else, we all evacuated to the new spawn city JX was now creating, the extremely well-known and basically famous Alexandria. Here, we transition into 2020, as Alexandria expands and quickly becomes the most well-known city and safe haven on the realm. It was the place that every player strived to get to, the Valkyria of Badlands, and the sign wall was covered with names and dates from 2019 to its griefing day. This time was basically Badlands' golden age, where the player count skyrocketed and the realm was extremely popular. During this time, DeBigMoist would also go on to build many bases, including the End base, the Deku village, and the King's Clock Tower. Of course, these would all later be griefed. And sadly, with this new player count came the end of the Golden Age, because with every new player, there's always going to be griefers. They flooded into the server, probably including Nicholas and Passive, and the first griefer war on the server began. During this time, almost every player found 32k items with no issues, and one side of the war always beat the other. DeBigMoist and the Balmor tried in vain to fight the griefers, but with a combination of lag machines and hack clients, yes, I know the hack clients are just Horion, the Badlands realm was taken down via lag machines all over the map. Later it would be fixed by JX Vanny after multiple months of the lag machines wreaking havoc on the realm, and Alexandria still stood. The Golden Age continued for a time until the griefers struck again. January 22nd of 2020 was the day where we should have noticed something was very, very wrong. A very impressive builder named Six Disc had created the overworld inside of the Nether, nicknamed Safe Haven, through another portal in Alexandria. It also connected to the Nether Highway via a small hidden access area. It was completely destroyed, and nothing but a gigantic crater, lava, and a small obsidian platform remained. The platform had a sign that rubbed it in and said that was fun with a smiley face. We should have known that if they had made it to Haven, they knew exactly where Alexandria was. The next day, January 23rd, was one of the saddest on the server. Everyone's home in the great city of Alexandria was sadly grieved. There were so many items lost from destroyed shulker boxes and chests that it actually lagged out the realm immensely and even caused multiple crashes. It would later be found out that Nicholas ADH Hill 31 and Passive Aggressive were the two culprits of the main grief of Alexandria, destroying so many players' homes and the entire city. Alexandria was evacuated of all players, over 50, and only a few were left to defend it when the griefers came back to finish the job. January 24th of 2020 was when I first toured the crafting table biome by Jacksepticeye, and it was officially finished. January 26th was a day that made history. Nicholas A.D. Hill caused multiple crashes and destroyed almost every single major build on the realm. He also continued to make the server completely broken and unplayable for 3 entire days, crashing it over and over again, while JX Vanny himself continued to warn Nicholas not to crash the realm. The only rule on Badlands was to not crash the realm, because if you crash the realm, you can't play on the realm. You could have done anything on that realm, but you can't crash it. That is the only rule. But Nicholas didn't listen. He created hundreds of withers and wreaked havoc on spawn while continuing to crash it. This would result in the first ever and only ban from Badlands, because he was breaking the realm. On January 27th, rebuild attempts begin. Jacksepticeye spearheads an attempt to rebuild and remake the Nether Highway better than ever before with his faction boxed lunch. On February 3rd, evidence of the realm hitting its limits were found in corrupted chunks, and player inventories being wiped. We didn't know it at the time, but Minecraft realms have a limit of 5 GB, which is pretty small considering how much we played and had done on Badlands. On February 6th, we thought the issue had been resolved because JX Vanny had put in a previous backup of the realm before the 5 GB limit, but the realm would only work for a few more days before it reached its max again. On February 7th, some more items are banned from the realm on top of maps, such as observers and monster spawners, because they were being used to crash the realm. On February 10th, we realized that the realm was having issues because of this 5 GB maximum. So, JX Vanny makes preparations to transfer the realm into a server, effectively removing at least half of the realm's player base, because servers cannot be added on the Xbox or mobile versions of Minecraft Bedrock. On February 11th, JX Vanny successfully transfers a not broken version of the realm to a server. Xbox One and mobile players could no longer connect to the server starting now. The world download he placed into the server was pre-Alexandria, and so it was saved and back for all to see for a short time. But JX Vanny and Jacksepticeye decided to grief Alexandria themselves because basically everyone already knew where it was, and they wanted to start over. The griefers were going to come to it anyways. Canterbury is founded by JX Vanny to become the new most popular city to replace Alexandria. But also, the Big Moist left Badlands forever, and disbanded the well-known faction, the Balmora. On March 30th, Nicholas's friend Passive Aggressive returns, taking down the server and making demands about Nicholas. JX Vanny got the server working the next day, March 31st, and ignored Passive Aggressive. Finally, on July 4th, me and Novafish were promoted to admins on the server, and Spawn was griefed by an unknown user using a command block minecart. You actually couldn't even spawn, you would just get immediately insta-killed. Me and Novafish fixed the spawn the same day, banning command block minecarts. After that, the server went on for some time, with a very small and dedicated player base. Many more builds would be completed, such as a recreation of the biome donut from 2B2T and this massive dragon. A few weeks ago though, the server became completely unjoinable. If you try to add the Badlands server now, it will be stuck on the locating server screen forever. The player reaches on stated that it was because the server hosting service was running an older version of the game. Novafish tried to revert to an earlier version of Minecraft to see if the server was in fact stuck in an older version, but he had no luck. It's unknown if this was technical difficulties on the part of Novafish, or simply that the server is now just unplayable. This was followed by several of the most well-known players of Badlands saying that they would no longer even attempt to play on Badlands anymore, and leaving. But as a ray of hope, the Badlands realm has actually gone back up. You can't really do anything because you're a visitor, but it's basically a world download, and you can view everything Badlands had to offer. I'm going to put the realm code in the description, but you can't actually play in the realm right now because it's in the update state, like I said at the beginning of the video. So there you have it. That was the complete history of Badlands. The server is down, the realm is kind of up, and hopefully we can ask JX Vanny for a world download, but he's been MIA for months. It's safe to say that this is the end of Badlands history. It's been real fun playing with you all, and maybe one day we'll find another true anarchy realm. But for now, I'll see you all later. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can comment with what you want to see next. I put this video off for way too long, but now I finally got it. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday when I post this thing, and it's done. I'm going to be putting up a channel update very soon with all of my live streams and all of my schedules and blah blah blah, and we're going to stick to that, and we're going to YouTube. It's going to be great. I'll see you all in the next one.